Welcome back, General. Thank you. Yes, my friend, you have been promoted. I'm sure Krukov's treachery was as much as a shock to you as it was to me. As my most trusted senior officer, I need you now to lead our forces against those who would destroy us.
Sir, we've detected Imperial forces still occupying some Soviet territories.
Let's let them be, for they will be nothing without their venerable leader, their emperor. Attack Mount Fuji, General. Show the Japanese people he is not a god, but flesh and blood. It is time for the Empire of the Rising Sun to set.
Things are not what they seem. When you hear what I have to say, you might believe I'm out of my mind, but I speak truth. Now, listen. I have created a machine which allows man to travel through time. And we have violated the space-time continuum, and the repercussions of this arrogant act have been catastrophic. Shardenko should not have been premier, and the Empire of the Rising Sun would never have existed. No one knows about this except for you and me, Commander. My life is in great danger. You are a hero to the people. They will follow you if you show them the truth.
I actually like that. It's one of the few times we see the research head, this chief scientist of the old Soviet Empire, and the fact that he's trying to reach out to us, this new commander. What I don't understand is that why would you even need to reach out to me or even try to explain the situation? I mean, even with the Japanese not having to exist, that would be a better statement in talking to me if we were on the defensive, but right now we're on the offensive. I mean, we're going to take out the quote-unquote cornerstone to the Japanese propaganda campaign and the sole quote-unquote leader of the Japanese military, which you have to admit, going by history, it was a military chain of command that was really running the show, and the emperor was this guy who liked gardening a lot. You gotta love this alternative history. Let us continue and see what they've got for us.
Congratulations on your promotion, General. As your first directive, the Premier demands the death of the Emperor Yoshiro. You must breach the Emperor's palace and make it past his elite guard. All of our military and technological resources will be at your disposal, General, in this unprecedented airdrop. Good luck.
And we're going to do what the Luftwaffe failed at, and what many people fail at, and what I think is hilarious. This would be... there's so much to say about this mission. There's so much to even go on about. But the reason why I bring up the Luftwaffe is because of the Crete invasion. And if anybody knows the Crete invasion, you'll see why I mention it as we play through this. But take a note. Look at these two tanks. Look at them. If you know what those are, keep it in the comments.
The Premier has ordered the assassination of the Emperor of the Rising Sun. Here is what you must do. Assault the Emperor Yoshiro's palace grounds. Eliminate Emperor Yoshiro. Make certain the Emperor does not escape. Your forces have already begun their airdrops into the Imperial Palace. Good luck to you in this operation.
Yeah, it seems so easy and clear-cut. We'll see how this rolls.
Invasion force inbound. A unit is under attack. Unit lost. An ally is under attack.
A brilliant maneuver.
I know that's not much of an invasion force, but try to find the Emperor. I'll see if I can get you some reinforcements.
I hope I didn't
Objective
plan that
received.
operation.
You want me to go alone? We want
Castle grounds crawl with Imperial guards. Sneak past patrols to the garden to search for the Emperor.
So this is our army for taking out the Emperor?
are we
That's
all
it?
that is left?
You know, I like the fact
Any
that
troops
it's said
there? I
once
must go around.
that this is obviously a
As fast as I
problem,
can.
but when you're going to
Whatever
hear
you
this
say.
multiple times,
Moving.
don't you worry, you will be beaten over the head
fast
by
as
this
I can.
joke. And it's one of the things that I think just
hurry
doesn't
up.
happen organically. It's one thing to sit down and have our commander complain about it and have her say, "Oh, it was not much of an invasion force." I understand, but you'll hear it constantly from the conscript and throughout this, like, "Oh,
Most disagreeable.
like
I
oh,
can do. I wait for good time to move.
ugh, so stupid."
As fast as I can.
Like I said, it was the Crete operation, except the farmers weren't coming out with their pitchforks. Instead, it was
Moving.
just these
I go.
technologically superior force just annihilating our
I can get through
World
here.
War II tech. I mean, this is like
Whatever you
fighting a
say.
Gundam with
As fast
a
as I can.
bomber.
I'm so bored.
I can do.
If only I was on one of our floating fortresses.
Of course.
A bomber.
Distraction is needed to draw troops away from the garden.
As fast as I
New
can.
objective received.
I can do. Huh? Me? Have we won yet?
I hear the Emperor's geishas might come out for a dip in the water.
Objective complete.
I go.
See, I really would have liked a D-Day invasion more so than
New
this.
objective
Moving.
received.
You know? I think that would have been cooler.
Whatever you say. With all might of Soviet army, why we alone must fight?
Yeah, see, that's another point. Why must we alone fight? We're not even fighting. The only thing we're doing is sneaking around, and eventually we'll...
Whatever you
Well,
say.
you'll see.
Yes, sir. You know you are awfully moody for bear. Have we won yet?
Doo-doo-doo.
Whatever you say.
He's by himself, ladies and gentlemen. Who knew? You gotta love this man. You gotta love the guy from Star Trek. Come on, man. Whoever that guy was. The Asian dude.
Objective
It's actually
complete.
sad that nobody remembers Sulu.
Did you think it would be so easy to kill a god? You will bow for forgiveness before this is over.
I hope so. I want to bow for forgiveness for that complete fuck-up.
Despite the loss of our initial forces, the distraction allowed our MCVs to land nearby. Use our Apocalypse tanks and construct the base to exact revenge on this place.
Exact
New
revenge in this
construction
place.
Options. Construction complete. You now have access to Apocalypse tanks, the toughest armor in the world. Building.
I just like that response.
Magnetic
We're gonna get
satellite
revenge in this
ready.
place. I mean,
Enemy
we
units
came here to
lost.
invade, but, you know, we're gonna get revenge.
A
For our
unit is
abysmal
under
planning
attack.
skills.
Construction complete. New construction options.
Like I said, though, this would have been great for a D-Day
Our
invasion.
ally is under attack.
Or at least a
Building.
rip on the D-Day invasion.
This is the type of battle I've been waiting for, where I get to kill someone important. I'll be going after the enemies on the ground.
Our ally is under attack.
Yes, the enemy on the
Building.
ground.
You fight without balance. Watch me, and you may understand what it takes to be a commander.
Do I really want to be a commander? And why would you be talking to me anyway? I mean, I probably don't even speak English.
Construction complete. New construction options. Construction complete.
And what you want to do is you want to take and capture these oil refineries as quickly as possible. If you can capture the one next to
Construction
your
complete.
ally,
New
it's even better.
construction options.
Because you capture those, and then you capture these few. The thing that you have to remember is
Building.
that the game will try to, or it will try to doom you on those missions. Like you'll take these, and then the AI will be like, an oil derrick, better kill it, and they'll smash them. They'll go out of their way to smash them at times too, because they know how to hurt you on an
Building.
existential level.
Construction complete. Building.
Soviet power supreme.
Let's see.
Enemy
I
units
think,
detected.
yeah, he's already got. All right, I've already
Priority
failed.
captured.
Yep.
Our base is under attack. A unit is under attack. Select target.
Solve this problem here. Get rid of these air units. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, I've, well,
Construction complete.
oh, come on. Ooh, all right, lost that. Oh well. Can't have it all.
Enemy units detected. Enemy base detected. Building.
Get this back up. It's actually nice that these heal already. I don't think they naturally do that. So I think you have to get the complete upgrade to get that.
Our ally is
Or
under
the
attack.
veterancy to get
Building.
that.
Repairing.
But I can tell you, I miss their anti-air capabilities.
Construction complete.
I really
Building.
do. If you remember them from the first, well, was it? Yeah, the first and second game. They had anti-air capabilities, and they were the best.
Building.
Now it's just tanks. They're just tanks.
Construction
Not
complete.
cool tanks. Not
Building.
uber cool tanks, just tanks. I mean, I actually like the Hammerheads a lot more than I've liked the Apocalypse
Construction
tanks now,
complete.
sadly. Just because the air will destroy them. You know, if you get enough air units together, done.
Construction
It's not effective
complete.
enough.
New
Don't do enough
construction
DPS,
options.
they don't,
Building. Construction complete. Building.
it's not enough. It's not enough. Especially when you compare it to the second game, where they had a whole black style. Ooh. I mean, that felt like the Apocalypse tanks. These kind of just feel like a, I don't know, kind of the mutated offspring.
Enemy units detected.
And it's actually funny because, you know, as the Soviets, we're supposed to be tougher. Because after all, we went back and, you know, stopped Albert Einstein, so why don't we have the best technology out here? Why is it Japan has the coolest tech? Even the Allies, I would argue, have some better tech than we do. At least in air power. You know, here we are. At least we have air power, granted. I will grant you that. But, I tell you, it's a hard sell.
Building.
It's a hard sell to give up some great ground units.
Building. Our ally is under
Damn,
attack.
give me
Building.
4 of
A unit
those.
is under attack.
Shoot these down constantly.
Our base is under attack.
My bullfrogs.
Our
Grant
ally
you,
is under attack.
I love the bullfrogs. It is one of the best units you can get in this game, is the bullfrog. Just because of its anti-air capabilities. And it's just, oh. Because
Construction complete.
I think it's more cathartic for someone like myself who's
Insufficient funds.
actually played. So if you've played this, you know how it is
Enemy commando
when...
detected. Enemy infiltrator detected.
Oh.
Magnetic
Yeah,
satellite
see that?
ready.
That force wave artillery? Oh. It is painful. Very painful. But it's very cathartic when you've got these anti-air, because air units in any of these games tend to be...
Did you really think you could walk in here and insult the Emperor with your army of circus rejects?
Maybe.
A unit is under
But the air units tend to be very
Coming out of
annoying.
the woodwork, it seems.
And it's just nice to just annihilate them. It's nice to annihilate them and be like, oh, you wasted, you know, 15,000, or no, what was it? It's like 1,500 on it. On any one of them. So it's like, ooh, and I'm only paying, what am I paying for these guys? I'm only paying like $900. That's pretty nice. I mean, ooh,
insufficient funds.
that doesn't make you feel a little bit salty. I don't know what will. Let's
Enemy
see.
units detected.
Get another
Building.
refinery
On
up.
hold.
And eventually, we've got to protect this.
Enemy
What
commando
I want to
detected.
do
Select
here,
target.
let's see if I
The
can
objective
get rid of some of
received.
these
Enemy infiltrator
more
detected.
annoying
Insufficient
aspects of the
funds.
military there, so that my ally can have an easier time. Yeah, King Oni, you know, it's actually hilarious. Trying to remember, I don't know if we get those or not. We may not. I don't remember. I don't know if we get King Onis or not. And it'll be something we'll
hold.
figure out later on.
Insufficient funds.
Granted, you don't get it as the Soviets, we get it as the
Our ally
Japanese.
is under attack.
Let's see if my ally can handle this.
Construction complete.
Maybe. And trust me, you want to pay attention to your ally if they get overrun and killed, it makes this a lot harder for relatively little gain for you. It's not like, you know, that all of a sudden they destroy my AI companion and they're like, oh, we'll send you money. No, it's now you versus all of these commanders with absolutely no help. Which, you know, if you're smart, it ain't bad, but it does get pretty annoying very quickly.
Building.
I'm gonna try and help them out. Little hammer action. Get some hammering done. And I don't know if I think I've talked about it before, but yes, whenever you have damaged hammer tanks, it's nice that they can siphon off of it. Ooh! You see that? You see that touch of death? Did you feel that touch of death? That touch of death came from that thing. And it will annihilate units before anybody gets in range. See if I can actually stop it from destroying something. I might be able to. See. Just only a goal. She's great scientist. Annoying, nonetheless. I actually like her as a commando, but she's not as effective as you'd hope.
Enemy base detected.
And they heal from that.
New construction options.
Ooh, just crush that. That's just evil. Dumb. Yeah, and for some reason they can't do anything to infantry if they've got that, so might as well stick with this. I'm eventually going to have to sit down and have... oh no. Yeah, this is when you have to have those V2 rockets. If you have V2 rockets, what you'd want to do is hit these generators, but right now I'm just kind of plowing them on here.
Enemy commando detected. Our ally is under attack.
Oh no, there's a commando. That's not me. That is not you, but I think she'll ignore me as long as we're gone. Oh, come on. Give me that. There you go. Another reason why you grab this. Well, grab the...
Our ally is under attack. A unit is under attack.
Grab the Iron Curtain. You can use it to kill
enemy base detected.
while keeping your own units very safe. Gone. Until we get all this stuff done, I don't mind these guys all too much. These are not very dangerous yet. It's very dangerous, or... Well, actually, this is going pretty well. If we can keep the pressure on them, we can eventually just roll over these guys. Just roll over this, and it's one less base. There's, I think, three of his commanders that will fight us. And we can also build a base over here as well.
Cash bounty ready. Unit is under attack.
Put him in the ground.
Yeah, so it should be pretty
Enemy base detected.
easy. Keep pressure on. And with this, yeah, I gotta just take up this time.
Your presence here is an abomination.
Yeah.
I will destroy you barbarians in the name of the Emperor.
We really want to take and roll over them before they can roll over you.
Building.
I make it look
Enemy
easy.
units detected.
Come on.
So wipe that out. And then
Training.
a couple engineers.
I die with honor. You will not.
New objective.
I like how
received.
calm that was.
Objective complete.
I couldn't tell you if I would be calm if that was me in that situation.
Load the cannon.
A unit is under attack.
Let's see here.
Let's start something up.
Get back to the cannon on this.
Enemy units detected.
I'm gonna take and get some V2 rockets. Technically, what you can do instead of getting V2 V4 rockets
Building.
is to sit down and let's see. Actually, what's my other base doing?
Cancel.
Hold off on that.
Building.
Do this.
Let's start something up.
Because I do want to take this over and get some more resources.
Enemy base detected.
Never hurts to have more resources. Never. No matter what kind of game you're playing. Resources are the name of the game. And I'm actually happy they solved the problem that we had with the other Red Alert games where you had to sit down and do something ridiculous. You had to take, if I remember right, you had to expand your area of building by taking oil, or it wasn't oil, but the, trying to remember what those were. See, I want to sit here and say refineries, but they weren't refineries. It was the storage bins. So you'd have these storage. Technically, they weren't storage bins. They were like oil. I always want to come back to bins, but they're not oil. Well, anyway, you'd have your storage buildings, and you'd have to use that to expand your area of build. Unless you were doing it with sandbags. I'm trying to think if sandbags were possible to expand it. I think they weren't. So you had to use those just because. And then, unless you had legitimate buildings you wanted to do stuff with. And this is my example of stuff that's happening that you don't want happening for stuff. Oop, dead. And yes, I could have used that on these guys, but I'm just saying. Insane. Don't do this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do what I'm doing. This is it's a perfect good waste of armor. Let's see.
Our base is under attack.
Couple of these going. Let's do this. And they're gonna trash this probably. Oh, good. It's been destroyed. Yay. Trying to remember. Yeah, this is Kinji's base. Just have to roll over Kinji here. Because Kinji is annoying.
Construction complete. Low power. Orbital drop ready. Enemy base detected.
Low power.
Building.
It's never good to have low power.
Building.
Ever.
Oh. Our ally is under attack.
Yeah, and he's expanded just a little bit. Let's see if I can help him out here. I always try to keep an eye on my ally here. As I've said, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your comrades. They're very useful, especially if they're just going to sit down and be a sponge or a bulwark against the enemy that I don't have to worry about. You know. It's gonna be these guys in a moment. Shoot those guys. Shoot those guys. Shoot those guys. Hate these things. Hate them. Hate them with a passion. And just get over here. Destroy this.
Enemy commando detected.
Oh no. What? Okay, that was not. I don't know why they did that. Don't ask me. I think it was very foolish of them to have done that, but they did it. So, here I am. And I don't know why they didn't sit down and do what they were supposed to do and launch rockets over the wall. And see, this is another issue that I have with this game. At times, it will decide some of my units will flip over to one. So one of the guns will flip over, so you'll have a few of them using their main guns, and then the other one's using the special ability. So then just becomes a problem, because then you have to select a selected amount of them. And stuff like that. I mean, I would have liked if all of these could just strip everything, but sadly they cannot. They can only strip metal. And then get this other refinery out.
My Emperor, I have failed.
Objective complete.
How very dramatic.
Enemy base detected. Enemy units detected.
I mean, I think the Soviet commander, Krukov, they had a better response to dying than just sitting there going, well, I guess I'm dying. That's what I guess I died.
What is it?
It's almost as if they didn't know how they wanted to have them end, so they just kind of gave them a generic, oh, I died situation.
Hammer tank, ready to crush. Let's
Go over here and
take
crush
care
the rest
of
of these.
Building. Enemy base detected.
Guess I'll get some of these V4 rockets back out to do their job again. As abysmal as it was.
Is under attack.
And they succeeded in some regard, but I could tell you it was not as well as I'd hoped it would be.
Let's start something out. As you say. Come on. For transport. Whatever you say.
Damn smashed.
Holodeck captured.
That's how you know you're doing well.
Our ally is under attack.
Step on it. Pull through. What do you
Let's
say?
see.
Let's start
You notice we still have the Apocalypse tanks. You'd have to do this kind of strategy where you have the bulkier tanks be defended by the hammers. And the hammers are great. They really are. And I could come... I think I'm going to come down and do this, but I could also just wipe them out with... just destroying the Daimo's command center. I really wish I had my own command center like that. That'd be cool. You know, like you get a special ability with it.
Supermagnetic satellite ready.
Yeah.
Our ally is under attack.
Yeah, I have a slight naval force. I'm surprised. And you'd figure we would have more naval action considering this is Japan and it's an island. And this could have been an easy D-Day mission, but...
What do you say? For a good pounding. Right here, comrade, for a good pounding.
Did he just kill himself into the grinder? Did he just run himself into a grinder to give me money? That's very kind of him, but my god. Oh! Okay, I made a mistake. I have made a mistake. I made a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, I have made a mistake. A horrible mistake. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. Just sat there and did that. Iron Curtain moment.
Who's looking for a good pounding? Who's looking for a good pounding? Right here, comrade. As you say. Lorit. Crack him open. As you say.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to come through
Enemy
the
base
top.
detected. Enemy units detected.
Let's see, did I have... Yes, I've got that built.
Building.
Now, you're probably thinking, oh, you don't really need to do this. But,
Building.
again, you want as much of the resources as possible. Because you'll notice something when we actually get through the rest of this. And since I've already wasted my Iron Curtain, I'm not going to be able to use it for my tanks. Which makes me sad, ever so slightly.
Did he just scratch my bed?
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Yeah.
Ready to crush. Hold it there, pal.
Okay.
What do you say?
Let's see, where's my... Oh, well, I've got plenty of hammerheads. Okay, good job.
Select target.
You've succeeded there.
Enemy base detected.
Who's looking for a good pounding?
Cancelled.
Okay.
Building. On
I
hold.
need any more hammers. I've got plenty of hammers. Not enough nails, as they say.
Come on.
Oh, these Shinto shrines. I do like, I do like the architecture that they put into this game. I really do.
A unit is under
Just
attack.
how they designed some of these units. And I'll probably go talk about it later on.
Right here,
At least the
comrade. Do
Japanese.
this. Bring in the hammer. Bullfrog is here for you. No problem. Hammer tank,
Gone.
ready to crush. What do you say? Give it here, chump. Bullfrog transport.
And you see these air units? These air units are just... You just see that? They just kill that guy easily. And he was a veteran. Ridiculous.
A unit is under attack.
Ridiculous. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Enemy base detected.
Full throttle. Hold still.
And this is the only thing that I actually like about the Hammerheads now. I mean, they can steal abilities, and they have the ability to heal off of buildings. It's one of the things I actually like.
Give me that. As you say.
I may not like it when I have to switch them around, but I do enjoy the fact that you can hit them with this green beam of
Unit is
doom.
under attack.
What am I getting hit by over there? Here's their engineer. I'm gonna wipe their engineer out. They want the engineer coming back to cause problems.
Let's start something up. Right here, comrade. Let's take care of this. Hey, come here. Hold still.
Yeah, he's taking out their ocean operations.
Who are you? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, okay.
The path to the Emperor is clear. Finish him at the once.
I will certainly try.
Battlefield expanded.
Yeah, battlefield expanded. Don't think it's gonna be easy. It's still quite difficult. And with my pathfinding, it's not gonna be easy.
Standing by for coordinates prime.
And if you're not massing units for this operation, well, I don't know what you're doing.
Enemy units detected.
I guess you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that oil refiner if my ally doesn't before I do.
Supermagnetic satellite ready.
Let's see, where do I want to go? I want to go up. I want to do
New
it
bonus
up.
objective received.
Destroy the generators. The generators will... I don't know what the generators do. I really wish it told me what they did. I mean, they have money for everything else to tell me what all the other stuff does, but not that. Not that.
Enemy base detected.
I think they just have, I think it's just for the base of their defense. So it shouldn't be too bad. And again, this would have been, like, could you imagine a Soviet invasion, D-Day style, where the Japanese are dug in along all these different buildings, where you have to build up an army in the ocean and then push forward and eventually establish a foothold, make landfall in Japan. Then we start fighting the actual commanders. Oh, that would have been cool. Missed opportunities. But, you know, it's always 2020 in hindsight.
New bonus objective received.
Yes, save the conscript and the bearer. The most ridiculous... I mean, you know, I suppose I'll save him just because I didn't make the call on doing a fucking air raid on Japan, but, you know, hey, let me solve the problems. So just wipe them all out. Oh, come on. You can hit it. You can hit that. Hit that.
How is everything?
Oh, you got it.
Orbital dump ready. A unit is under attack.
Oh, that's actually interesting. So the AI is thinking, well, I'm going to build a base. I'm going to build some water.
Enemy units detected.
Let's move.
And you see, there's a lot of stuff. See, you can get oil refinery here. You get some ore there. There's so much you can do. So much that can be done, I should say. Just didn't decide to do it. And it would have been cool. It would have been real nice. Been real wacky.
A unit is under attack.
Granted, you wouldn't be able to pull off the, well, you know, we sent Boris and the bear out there to save the day, which, you know, it shouldn't have happened anyway, because, again, you know, air superiority was thrown out the window years and years and years ago. Granted, I don't think they ever had... I mean, you'd figure, you're thinking about how these operations would be, considering this is an alternative to World War II, right? This is apparently World War III. But does anybody know? No.
Yes, sir.
What do you say?
Oh wait, you know what? I take that back. I do believe this ends up taking, retconning the third one. Or the second one, I'm sorry, not the third one. This is the third one.
Enemy units detected.
If I can remember right. Because I think eventually it ends up being, instead of having costly war with Yuri and whatnot, we just get another faction with the Psi-Op technology. Boom, knocked out. Knock this out. Alright. Obviously, this is pretty easy. Again. As long as you stay on top of it, none of this is that bad. You let the AI grow, it becomes a uphill battle fast. Plus, if you don't take more resources. But if you're anybody who does strategy,
Unit is under attack.
always grab more resources. Always. You can grow into it. Ooh, that's not very kind of you. That wasn't very kind of you. It wasn't very cash money of you to shoot my tanks. Wiped out two. Probably gonna get another one here. Maybe. There we go. Eliminated. Oh shit. Oh, I hate that wave. Hate these wave turrets. These wave turrets are evil. I'm telling you. Get them up there. This is the stuff that gets you right here. It's just this. Oh shit. And when you're not paying attention to that, where it's like, oh hey. And where's the other?
A unit is under attack.
Uh-oh.
You have insulted me in my own garden. Now you will have to deal with me personally.
Wasn't that my job to begin with?
New objective received.
And again, if you're not paying attention, units just die, get murdered straight up. What are you all doing? What is going on here? Like, I don't remember ordering them to shoot the temple. I don't remember ordering that. I probably did. Foolishly, thinking, oh, well, I could do that.
Grinder treads upgrade authorized. Ultramagnetic satellite ready.
Full throttle.
V4 standing by.
Shoot rockets at this thing. Shoot rockets. Now, I don't know why they decided to go on the other side, because it shouldn't have that kind of issue, but apparently it does. I don't understand why. I'll be honest, I don't understand. Oh, no! No, I fucked up. It's alright, it's okay. No, pull back. You guys are useless in this operation. Completely and utterly useless. Just admit it. You're useless. I'm sitting here holding my... I'm being foolish here. And what's funny is, any of these, like, these King Rogans...
If only I could kill him with my own hands.
Would you really want to? He's gone.
Father!
Where were you?
What have you done, you filthy savages? Have you no honor?
What do you mean have no honor? He came out at me.
The Emperor is no more, and the whole Empire will now topple without their leader. This was a great victory, and a great day for all Soviets.
I don't know about that. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a great day for whoever was flying those bombers.
Wouldn't you say, Commander?
Yeah, it was a great day. We did we did an amphibious assault instead of an aerial assault, which failed horribly. So I suppose yes, we succeeded there. All those men and women who passed away flying over there over an idiotic decision. Well, well, let's see what's next. Considering we've defeated Japan by eliminating one guy and all their... Actually, we destroyed all their generals as well, so it wasn't just the... jeez. Well, we destroyed all the generals. Their military's crushed. So let's see what happens to them.